Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hustle Basketball Talk. I'm joined today by Loyola guard forward Aher Uguak. Aher, thank you so much for joining the show.
Of course, thanks for having me, Drew.
Of course, man. So, growing up in Edmonton, Canada, what was the basketball scene like out there for you? And at what age did you really fall in love with the game and realized you had a future in it?
With the basketball scene in Edmonton, it was coming up. It wasn't as popular as I feel like it is now. Um, but coming up, I was a football player first. I was
Yeah.
playing football, and that was my true passion. We played outside in the summer. Started playing organized football, I think at 8 years old, I believe.
Hmm.
And then just a couple years down the line, started playing organized basketball for the first time when I was in grade 7. So I was about 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And from then on, I just fell in love with it. I was just it's indoor also. Football is in the cold outside, so I kind of just
Yeah, you don't have to freeze all the time when you're playing basketball.
yeah. So I stuck to basketballs inside. I fell in love with it, and I just had a lot more fun. The friends I made playing
Yeah.
basketball too. It was just I think it was just a match made. So just kept playing basketball, and from then on, I've just been in love with basketball.
For sure, man. And then, going through high school, you're a Division I prospect now. You're doing the recruiting process, and you end up landing at the University of New Mexico. What was the recruiting process like for you coming out of high school, and what ultimately led you to decide to go compete in the Mountain West Conference?
I was getting good looks coming out of high school. I was deciding to go prep because I was young for my grade.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of advice, and everyone was saying you might as well go prep and probably have more offers playing a year in the states. But I ended up having a good relationship with Coach Alan Huss out in New Mexico, and I don't know. I was just drawn to New Mexico. It just seemed like such a cool place and
Yeah.
great place to go play basketball. I know they had a good history. They were winning a lot the years prior to my commitment there. And just when I visit there with my family, it was one of the best visits I had, and just had a great time. And I felt like it was a great place to start my college career.
For sure, definitely. And after your 1 year there, minutes were spotty and stuff, which is pretty typical sometimes for a freshman. After your 1 year there, there's a coaching change, and a lot of guys on the team, including yourself, just decide to transfer. So through that second transfer, recruiting process, now you're transferring. What was that like, that process, and how did you ultimately land on Loyola Chicago?
So when I was transferring from New Mexico, one of the coaches, his name was Coach Harriman,
Yeah.
and he was good friends with Porter and Matt Gordon, call him Flash, here at Loyola
Yeah.
Chicago. And they coached together at St. Louis, and I didn't know much about Loyola at all, but he kind of recommended them to me, and they got interest in me, and decided, they're in Chicago, they're in the Missouri Valley Conference, a good conference, and like I have family in Chicago, so I should definitely just talk to them and take them serious. So decided to
Yeah.
take a visit out here with my family, and just I just I saw a bright future with Loyola. I didn't know what it would turn out to be. I
Yeah.
didn't know what would come with it, but I just thought like here's a place I can go play and contribute to a team that can win. So I saw it as a good opportunity, and ever since then it's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. And your first year there, you're redshirting and the team makes the final four. So you definitely went there at the right time. And then after that redshirt year, you essentially now had, 2 years kind of off, I guess, in basketball, as far as, you didn't play as much as you would have wanted to at your first year in New Mexico, and you didn't play that redshirt year, but you're around Division I basketball. So when you finally hit the court that first year at Loyola, how was that experience for you? And then you're on the court and you have a great career there. You guys made the Sweet 16 last season, won a championship this past season. So how was your experience there the last 4 seasons?
I would say the first year it was rough adjusting to like playing again. It had been like you said 2 years since I
Yeah.
actually played like quality good basketball.
Yeah.
And I would say the first year is definitely tough to adjust, a bit of a slow start, but from then on, I feel like I improved and got better every year, and I think I'm still getting better now. So, the last couple of years have been great. I can't ask for anything else for what I have experienced, and just the success we've had. And I'm just glad and I'm like blessed to say I've been a part of that and contributed to the success of the school.
Absolutely. And what's been your favorite memory so far being a Rambler?
Um, Favorite memory. I mean, I could say the Final Four, but to me personally, I feel like it would be this year. I mean,
Yeah.
go winning our conference this year. I think with we got COVID in end of December, we missed the whole month of January during this college season,
Yeah.
and I feel like after that, like it was tough to adjust to just come back and play right away, and we kind of had like a slow start. And I mean, I feel like a lot of teams were starting to doubt us because we were losing games we probably shouldn't have,
Yeah.
and we were even games we won, we didn't feel like we were playing to the best of our abilities. But I feel like towards the end of the season this year, we kind of just buckled up and like won some big games like, in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament.
Yeah.
And going through that adversity with my teammates and like knowing we all battled through that, I mean, it's hard for anyone to do, you know. And I think that's one of it's an underrated moment, but I think it's one of my best moments being here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you went into the tournament fourth seed, right? This past year.
Yeah, we finished fourth when we knew we should have finished first.
For
Obviously,
sure. I mean, you were ranked at one point in the season as well. And then, you know, as you said, the ups and downs of college basketball, you know, they kind of just hit you and you have to respond, you know,
yeah.
accordingly. So after a good season, man, you know, you're going pro now. What do you feel is your best strengths as you approach a professional career and what you can bring to a team?
I would say my overall like versatility on the court. I feel like I can do everything, all the basic things, and which those I feel like those things are overlooked in basketball. But I feel like being at Loyola has taught me to do those things,
Yeah,
and just overall like professionalism. I mean, the culture here sets you up for success wherever you go after, whether it's playing professionally, whether you go get a regular job, or just anything you do in life. I mean, I feel like went from a boy to a man being here at Loyola.
yeah,
And I think that culture is just different here. Not everyone can do it, and it shows. And I think going to the next level, it's just gonna set me apart for sure from other people.
definitely, man, definitely. And, you know, you're a great defender. You can shoot the ball. And like you said, the intangibles as far as, you know, being a professional, being able to be a good teammate, that's definitely key to a successful professional career. And then throughout your long basketball career, I know we said your favorite memory as a Rambler, but what's your overall favorite memory throughout your basketball career, you know, starting to play in your teenage years to now?
Overall, I mean, it's a tough question. I haven't got to think about that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of great memories, a lot of successes. Um, I would say a favorite memory, maybe either Final Four, like I said before, just being a part of that. Like I would have never thought that after what I had been through, going like in my first year coming to Loyola,
Yeah.
that we would be in the Final Four, and for that to happen like that quickly in my college career, like just being a part of that team, like even though I was redshirt, I got to travel and experience it.
Yeah.
It's completely different. It's like every basketball player's dream. You know, Final Four is like as big as a
For
Super Bowl.
sure.
So just being a part of that was amazing. And also last year, just in the Sweet 16,
Yeah.
going to Sweet 16, and that was tough to do. You know, because for everyone that made it to Sweet 16 or made it further, like last year, that whole year during COVID, people don't like not everyone knows what all us players that were in the tournament had to go through last year, staying in the
For
hotel
sure.
for weeks straight, living in a hotel, and like your practice there, you could if you left the hotel, you're done. You couldn't come back in because the
Yeah.
rules are so strict. So definitely last year, like there was just so much adversity and going through that, making the tournament and winning a couple games in the tournament, just going through that. I mean, that's a great memory for sure because it was definitely hard to do.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely not easy having to stay in like a bubble scenario and you know, have to lock in and you're in school. You're still a student also on top of all of that. So it's definitely not easy. And then going outside of basketball now, what are your outside interests? You know, who are you when you're not practicing and playing in the games, trying to be the best player you can be?
I mean, I feel like I have a lot of interest off the court. You know, I enjoy being around my peoples and just I think now I have more time to do that. I don't know where I'll be, but I feel like now professionally, maybe I'll have a little more freedom and just being able to see my family, support them, like how they've been supporting me. Like
Yeah.
my brother at TCU, you know, he came out to support me, so I'm gonna go out this summer and support him, watch a football game, you know, spend some time with him,
Yeah.
just spend some time with my little brothers also growing up back that are in Canada right now, you know, just
Yeah.
giving all that time back to them that they gave to me.
That's awesome, man. And then that brings me to My last question, I like to end the show with, what's your why? What gets you motivated every day to be the best person you can be, on and off the court?
I'd say my why is my mom. I mean, she sacrificed so much for us. Like when we moving to Canada when we were younger, and just everything she sacrificed for us. She
Yeah.
deserves the world. And like a couple of weeks, last month for my senior, that was the first time she got to come here and see me play, and
So
just seeing how happy she was and how proud she was. I just want to give back the world to her, and and just so I want her to be kicking up her feet up one day. She deserves that. She's worked so hard raising 6 kids.
yeah,
It's not easy,
it's a big
especially
family, man.
raising 6 kids, being like an immigrant mother that's in Canada. It's crazy to think of. Like sometimes I can't believe like how she did it, how she survived doing it, and
Yeah.
that just motivates me every day. Like no matter how bad things are for me, I just think about that how bad they were for her.
For sure, man. Yeah, that's a great motivation right there. Family's everything at the end of the day. So, to make your mother proud and make your whole family proud, that is, that's huge in itself. So, thank you so much for being a part of the show here. I know you're gonna do great things, on the court, but also off the court, man. Your personality, who you are as a human being, it's just a recipe for success, man.
Of course, man. Appreciate it, bro.